that energy. Good morning. It's very hard to find something to say, especially after Dr. Irere has spoken. And it's very hard to even find something to say when I've been, when I was trying to come up with a speech, one of the things that I kept thinking about was the journey that this has been. I remember coming back from school in 2013, and I was looking for a job, obviously, and someone told me that RDB was organizing this mega huge event, and it's about ICT, and I've got to be part of it. For some reason, it worked out, and I became an intern in RDB, and I was supporting the team that was organizing the first Transform Africa event in 2013. We were a team of young people, but we felt very, very proud that we were part of something big. We didn't know how big it was. I know I was working with people from South Korea. I was in charge of comms. I know every pole, every electricity pole in this city. I know how many there are from the airport to Serena. I know the length of the poles. I know the width of the pole. And I know where exactly you can fix a flyer and a flag. From that small team of interns, we didn't know that we were working on something big. But actually, that first Transform Africa was the one that defined the reason why we're even here. The reason why we've been seeing consistently Transform Africa events evolving, from close to 1,000 participants to last year, I think it was more than 4,000 people. And it's growing. And actually, I was reading yesterday that hotels in Rwanda are booked out, like maxed out. And I was thinking, okay, so what happens in May when Transform Africa 2019 comes? Where will the people sleep? Because it's going to even be bigger. And so I also wanted to say that this was my entry point in the ICT sector. Like I said, I came back, I entered through Transform Africa. We were just a team of interns. And when it was over, we started looking for jobs, but it had given us the kind of exposure that I don't think I would have gotten if I was anywhere else. I am speaking to you today as the permanent secretary, but it all started back then in 2013. I would like to emphasize something as well. I've seen sponsors coming on board. At the time, because I was in charge of comms, sponsors we didn't even know, we didn't even understand, It was like a one-time off, give us this kind of money, which wasn't that much, and we will give you space. We'll put your banner here, and I still have beef with some of the sponsors whose banners were lost. But I've seen them also growing to understand that this is actually bigger than they thought. And they obviously became some of the member companies in Smart Africa Secretariat. We've seen organizations, from an indifferent point of view, looking at it as it's just another event. But they've become great partners to this event. I've been working consistently on the content of Transform Africa, and I am going to tell you, as it evolves, the content has also been evolving, and we've seen all of you in one way or another contributing to the content. And I'm happy to say that I'm not going to be part of the content team anymore. But I know that it's in very good hands, because we even did a workshop last month, in the last 2 months, just to plan for what this big Transform Africa 2019 is going to be. I'd like to borrow one of Jean Philbert is a very good speaker, we all know, right? Last year when we were organizing, or a year ago or 2 years ago, when we were organizing Youth Connect, we gathered partners again in this probably the same room. And he told them that we would like to see more of them in the kitchen. You know, I was the moderator at the time, and I started really pointing out on the things that people would be helping us in the kitchen. Being in the kitchen does not mean that you only get to cook and you don't get to eat what you have cooked. Being in the kitchen means that you are shaping what you will eat, but what everyone else will eat. And chefs know that preparing something and people eating it, there's a huge difference. If they like it or if they don't like it, it's something else. And so I'd like to call upon every one of you, and even the partners that are not in the room, to join us in the kitchen. Help us cook something that Africa will be proud of, that everyone will want to be part of. We can't do this on our own. We count on every one of you. And the Ministry of ICT is, I can't even stress this enough. This is the most important thing for the ministry. And we're certainly going to be supporting it. But we would like to see many of you come on board as well. Lastly, I'd like to be a bit more formal and talk about the theme, boosting Africa's digital economy. We strongly believe that boosting Africa's digital economy will support the region and the continent to become a more deeply integrated and dynamic digital investment, innovation and growth hub, building on the underlying strengths of the domestic digital economies and the ongoing political and economic integration processes in East Africa as well as on the continental level. I'd like to recognize the ambassadors that are here in the room. We know that you will relay the message back to your countries. And if we're going to build and boost this digital economy, we cannot stress enough how specific economies will be contributing. Thank you, ambassadors, for being with us, and we believe that you will relay the message. There's need for economies of scale and network effects offered by a larger regional market to help bridge the digital divide faster within your respective countries and the region vis-a-vis the global digital economy. This could accelerate the growth of technology-enabled businesses, lower the cost of key telecommunication services, and catalyze new digital services for citizens and business alike. Ladies and gentlemen, since the establishment of Smart Africa in 2013, the government has always supported, and we'd like to reiterate our support. Allow me to thank Smart Africa Secretariat, member states, private sector, partner organizations, academia and media for your continued support. And lastly, I'd like to also convey the apologies of Honorable Minister Paula, who would have loved to be here with us, but has been called for another equally important event. But she sends her regards, and on est ensemble. Thank you all very much, and I'd like to hand over back to Winnie. Thank you.